Hi everyone, we are here to talk about Bacchylides Ode 13, lines 61 to 63 and 63 to 66.
They're right next to each other, but it's nice to see them divided up this way because the first few words are imagining a beautiful garden and how the blossoms of that beautiful garden translate into a quote-unquote fame. And this is the way the poetics of Bacchylides refers to the poetics itself as a medium. So the song is something that extends out of the blossoms of the garden. And how is it made visible? It's made visible because it happens, or may I say it recurs, year after year after year at the right time and right place. That's the idea of recircling of time as expressed by the word Aiōn. Aiōn is the word that gives us the English borrowing eon, E-O-N, as in eons and eons and eons of time. But in the original Greek, what gives Aiōn that lasting power is not some kind of linear progression from A to B to C on to infinity, but a coming full circle where A will come back to A next year at the same time and the same place. And that's why in the ancient Greek language, the so-called locative of Aiōn, and I'll pronounce it Aiei, A-I-E-I, which is a form of Aiōn, is the ordinary way that people say forever. And this kind of forever is not linear, it's circular, it's recurring over and over and over again as the years go by. Every year, same time, same place. And then as we segue immediately into the rest of the song, and now we're considering lines 63 to 66, there's a juxtaposition of the kind of fame that the medium of Bacchylides, this poet, can create. And what happens to the athletes who have been successful and who are celebrated by this medium. And the idea is that these athletes will come and go. They'll have their moment in the sun, but they will die. And yet, even though they die, the radiance of what they achieved in their moment in the sun, when they had their victories and they were celebrated in song, that radiance will keep recycling. It'll keep going on. And it's an undying Kleos. And we think of the Homeric way of thinking of song as a glory that will last forever. Why? Because song brings glory, and without song there is no glory. And that happens not just in epic, it happens in things like Song 13, Ode 13 of Bacchylides, which we technically call lyric, not epic. But it's still Kleos, just as epic as Kleos. And it's a destiny, it's a portion, it's a slice that you get from life that cannot be undone, cannot be dislodged. So it's a very life-affirming way of saying, okay, we live and die, but our moment in the sun will continue to be recycled forever because of the cyclical nature of life as we know it. May I add a footnote to Song 13 of Bacchylides? It occurs to me that while I'm making the distinction between epic and lyric, and I'm saying that technically both epic and lyric can be called Kleos, I should add that the word doxa that you see here, translated as fame, is a kind of broader concept which lyric tends to use just as easily as it uses the term Kleos, whereas in epic as we know it, as in epic as represented by the Iliad and the Odyssey, it's mostly Kleos. So maybe I could say that lyric has a greater variety of ways of referring to itself as a medium than does epic.